Greetings, humanoids of the internets! My name is Bob, and this is episode number 139 of Journey into Space! Now, this is the third episode in the Space Hermit series, and we have not gotten thus far any further than Minmus. However, I have, this is 0.25 now, I have reconstructed the Demoiselle spaceship. And it has actually not disappeared when placed on Minmus. So that gives me hope that it's not going to disappear on surfaces, period. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and get, what's his name? Our current pilot. No. Yes, him. John Kerman. We're going to get him on board the boat. With any luck at all. Okay, thank you. And this being 0.25, we can, although he's in here, the living area, we can transfer him to the lander can, and we're ready to go. Okay. What engines do I have on? Well, I have these engines on. This is the little flying rover. Let me go ahead and shut that off. There we go. Let's go ahead and get back into orbit. And I will speak to you next when we're in orbit. Okay, we're not quite in orbit yet. Karbonite, miraculously enough, does appear to work in 0.25. I say MathSat, or the SCANsat, does not appear to be working properly as far as being a Karbonite mapping system in 0.25. Though it's possibly possible that I simply am not using it right. I don't know. In any case, I've not yet gotten that part of it to work correctly. It also appears to have forgotten the mapping that we've done previously to this. It's just forgotten. But whatever. It should be possible to detect the Karbonite from orbit anyway. But it's going to be a lot more iffy to plan a landing, because the little dots when you do the detector this way, display Karbonite, you can only see the little dots a certain distance. And you can't see it on map view at all, I don't think. So yeah, right over the horizon you see some dots. And back there, where we were landed. So I'm going to have to use this to plan our landing. But the good news is that with Karbonite, you don't have to be exactly on hotspot. So it's just a matter of how much time and energy you want to put into extracting. Okay, I'll go ahead and finish getting into orbit, and we'll be back. Goodbye, Kerbin. Goodbye, Moon. Goodbye, Minmus, wherever you are. We're heading out into deep space to Ike and the neighborhood of Duna. This thing with its nuclear engines takes its own sweet time to get anywhere. Really taking a while. Okay, I had to overshoot the orbit a little bit because I'd gotten started a little bit late, but it's better to start late than start early. If you start late, you can compensate. If you start early, you're never going to get, well, you may get there eventually, but you're not going to get there on one orbit. So it's better to be a little late than a little early on your departure. Okay, we'll adjust the inclination and warp on in. Okay, we're about to head into airbrake at Duna. Hopefully it'll give us an apoapsis that is close to the orbit of Ike, which is our objective. Right there, Ike. I'm also going to have to burn north a bit when we get to our periapsis, because otherwise I will fly under Ike. Right, quick F5. Let's get pointed north just so we can do our burn when the time comes. We're flying over some sort of big ridge valley type deal. No air braking, and I don't really expect any. Though we will be going real low, like mountain scraping altitude, 11,000 meters. That's because the atmosphere is not too thick on Duna. Yeah, real low. Potentially dangerous. Oh yeah, we are actually getting we're getting heating effects. Hope it doesn't rip the solar panel booms off. Would be unfortunate. Thought for a second I saw my shadow. Okay. Go ahead and start burning north. Alright, well, perhaps we'll wait until we're done aerobraking. That's quite a considerable burn there. Get that orbit adjusted. Alright, well, so I don't run completely out of fuel, I'm going to stop there and we'll see whether we can work something out. Still a long ways from being within Ike's orbit. Yeah. Really not looking for a polar orbit of Ike, but I'm willing to settle for that if it comes to that. Oh, nope. Oh, what's the problem here? Ah, shit. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna worry about getting into orbit around Ike first, and then we'll trivialize about the details. Okay, we're doing our orbital entry burn over Ike. I'm pretty low down. I can see the little glimmers of the ground scatter. Okay, we got orbit. Alright. Display Karbonite hotspots. No, I don't know how useful that's going to be. We get a little big gray screen, so probably not that helpful. Okay. Yes. Not that useful. Okay, well, we're going to convert some of our carbonite to fuel because we're running a little low, and then we will find a place to set down. Okay, I just got some very interesting phenomena. Turned on the converter, and the carbonite instantaneously converted into an uneven mixture of fuel and oxidizer, but it should be suitable for our purposes, regardless. We just need to find a place to put down. Okay, here we are at the terminal phase of our landing. Hopefully not literally terminal. Okay, just got to drop down a little bit. And I don't have to be exactly on the little bobbins. Close is usually good enough. Alright, what do you tell me about what the keything constellation is here? I actually could be better. We'll go to a little bit. just enough thrust to keep us from picking up speed. All right, about 3,000 meters. What about the carbonite now? Not that great. Karbonite concentration? Okay, much better. Turn off hotspots. Okay, now all we have to worry about is landing. Now, I wouldn't trust these landing struts to be that rugged, so obviously landing at 1 meter a second or less would be desirable. Looks pretty flat. There we go. Nice and easy. First time back on Ike for a while. Let's do a quick at F5. Alright, let's pop him out. This is not one of the beauty spots of Ike. Ike is normally a pretty cool place, but you know this is one of the flatter spots on Ike, which is probably a good thing. Yeah, this part of Ike looks just like the moon. Okay. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna get some keythane. Get my keythane on, or not keythane. I'm sorry, carbonite, not keythane. Get my little keythane on. How do I suddenly have 1400 carbonite and all? Okay, well, obviously the carbonite mod is not actually working correctly. It gives me fuel, so I'm not that concerned about. Oh, apparently carbonite extraction has already begun without me doing anything, without me even lowering the drill. Okay. Whatevs. I don't care as long as it gets me fuel. That's all I care about. Because this road trip ain't gonna go very far if we don't get fuel. Okay, it just did that instantaneously. So apparently Karbonite is still a little bit buggy for 0.25. But the important thing is you can still extract Karbonite. So it apparently it happens instantaneously now. I don't think that was part of the design. I think that was a bug. Okay, now it's working normally. Let's warp in. Alright, we got a tank full of Karbonite. Go ahead and stop and retract. Alrighty. Well, let's see. There's not really much in the way of scenic spots around here, so I think I'll forego the deploying the spider. What I'll probably do is next time we'll just head out to our next destination, which is Dres. So that will be next time, and until next time, hasta la vista, adios.